Hello, I'm Pat Connor with Vicoding University, training humans to train themselves. And today I'm going to talk about mirrors. Yes, mirrors. When a fat person or overweight person looks in the mirror, what do they see? They see fat, right? That's what they see. They don't see anything else. When a person gives a speech, and what are usually the thing that they remember is the one thing that they messed up on. Okay, what I want to talk to you today is maybe a way to train yourself to do this just a little bit differently. And the way that I want to start is I want to share a little story. I once was at this place, and there was this sports car on display, and this young kid came up to the sports car, and he came running up to it, and he was so excited because he knew all about it, and he was with his dad, and he was telling, Dad, it's got this, 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 and look over here, it's got that, and wow, and this one's even got this one, this is really it. And he was explaining all the great things about this sports car, and then the only thing he said was, the only thing I changed, Dad, is the color. I really wish it was in, and I forget the color he actually talked about. So the key is he was looking at all the great things about this car. He wasn't going, oh, look at all the bad things about this car. Now, I want to share another story about me and my wife when we went looking for homes. Okay, we went out looking at used homes. Now, we went out looking at these homes, and these homes were run down. These homes were broken down. And the reason we were able to look at those is because I had some construction experience, and we knew that we could fix them up. Okay, you're going to have be able to train yourself, so you're going to be able to, so to speak, fix yourself up, or maybe even create yourself into something just amazing, something even brand new, so to speak, to yourself. Who knows what you want to do? Okay, but here we are. We're looking at these homes. We're going, wow, over here we could do this, and over here we could do that. I love this room is perfect. All we have to do is paint it, and over here we'll just knock out this one wall here, and then we'll add this thing here and stuff. We were thinking all the wonderful things we could do with the house. Okay, that's how we were seeing it. That's what I want you to start getting. Okay, now they talk about a lot of people who have really good, shall we say, review processes. Okay, one of them is the SEAL team. After a SEAL team goes on a deployment or whatever a project, or I'm not sure what they call it exactly. Okay, they do what's called an AAR, an after action review, where they review what do they do, what happened, and etc. like that. But one of the things they're doing is they're looking to see how they can improve. Okay, so this is the first thing is that they're probably really tough on themselves because they are looking to be the best. As a team, they're looking to be the best. And yeah, they're going to say, oh, we messed up here, we could have done this better. But they're all saying, we did this good, and we could combine this with this, and this then would have worked better. But they're looking to see how they can make themselves better. Not only do they look to see how they come up with some decisions, then they schedule in some training. They not only schedule in the training, they do the training, and they train themselves, and then they measure and check to make sure that they actually accomplish the training they intended to. Now, Pixar movies, same thing. They have a lot of reviews of the people making their movies. Okay, and they bring in all these expert people to look and review the movies. But the purpose of it is to ask how can this movie be made better? Not how is it wrong, how is it defective, but how can it be made better? Well, you could do, have you thought about this? But it always is owned. They bring in these other people to, give insight into it, but the person that is doing the movie always owns it, and they get to make the decision. They can decide to do this, they can decide to do that. Who knows what they're going to do with it, but they own it. Okay, and Pixar trusts them to own it and to make it a better movie. And as Ed Catmull said, is that most of these movies start out horrible. Okay, but that's the whole point. Nothing starts out as a perfection. Nothing starts out already well done and well encased. It always goes through a process of training and growing and developing. And, there's this working, things work, things don't work. And then you see where new things could go and where you could do this and where you could do that. And that's what you want to be looking for. What can I do with this? So a mirror, you look into the mirror, you go, what could I do with this? That's what you want to be looking. What could I do? This is my goal. Now, so what could I do with this right now to move myself in that direction? What could we do with this home to move it in the direction of a home for us? What could we do so that we could be a better SEAL team? What could we do to make this a better movie? That's what we're looking for. And again, we're looking for things that work, things that don't work. Okay, but nothing is assumed to be static and unchangeable. It's all assumed that we can do something to it, and we're excited about it. That's the other thing, because that's something we're really proud of. I mean, with the home, we want to be proud of our home. The Pixar movie, they want to be proud of it. This is something they're excited about building and doing. It's like, that's what they do. We build great movies. We build great teams. We make a great home. Whatever, we're making something. That's the whole thing. We are creators. Humans are creators, and that's one of the things that we really want to get, is that we create ourselves. And when we take on the responsibility of creating ourselves, now we've really taken on what we need to take on to become the best person we can become. Okay? I mean, society, schools, parents train us to get so that we can make it in the world, but to become the best person we've got to take it on. We've got to take on and develop ourselves. Now, one of the things is that if you look at a sculpture like the sculpting of David by Michelangelo, it's like they say he looked into the rock and could see David. I mean, how can you look at a rock and see? Right? Well, that's the whole thing, is that you're going to develop that as you learn. Just like with my construction abilities, I learned what I could do, and I started developing more and greater tools so I could do more and more and more. And as you develop those tools, you know what they can do. You know what you can create. And that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about. As you learn to train yourself, you're going to learn things that you already can train yourself to do, and other things that are more difficult. And as you work on those and develop new skills, new methods, new processes, you're going to develop ways that you can get train yourself to become the person you want to become. Now, so one of the things is you first start out with some picture of what you want to become. You might want to start out just like a sculpture. I'm sure doesn't start out going, I'm going to create the David, the Michelangelo. No, you want to start out with something simple that you want to create and train yourself to become. Remember, we're done forcing our machine we have to do things it can't do. Okay? No more force. We're going to become the person that automatically does the things it needs to do to accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish. We're going to become that person. No more being the dieter that forces themselves and uses all the conscious effort to stay focused on, exercising, not eating the right food, and then as soon as they let go of the force, gain all the way back. No, we're going to become the person that learns to train themselves to like the exercise that we like to do, likes the food that helps make them the healthy and thin and trim, and likes the sleep patterns or rest patterns or whatever that allows them to be strong and healthy. Okay, we're going to learn to train ourselves to do that. We're not fixed. We're humans. We're very, very trainable. Ask any advertiser. Okay, and when you start use force, yeah, you're gonna think, yeah, we're hard to train because we don't like force. We don't like to be forced to do things. We are humans. We're independent. We like to own it ourselves. So let me get here real quick here. What do we want to talk about? So you're a creator. You're a builder. You're someone who creates and builds things. And one of the things that you're going to build and develop is yourself, so that you can accomplish the things in the world that you need to accomplish. Now, when you look in the mirror, you got to look and you think, you got to, just like that kid ran up, man, look at that, look at that, look at that. You got to be excited about what you've got. Everybody says, I don't got anything. All I got is I'm fat, I'm out of shape, I'm not very smart. No, you got to quit that. You got to sort of take a deep breath and go, and then one of the things that people accomplish things and do great things is they start reviewing the things that they have done. So go back and look at those little tiny little things, whatever they are, that you can say you've done. Whatever. If you ran away from a bully good, you ran faster, right? Or if you recovered fast, or if you recovered slow, look, I'm a slow recoverer, yay! So that's what maybe I can use. Okay, who knows what it is, but look at what you can do as take all the ugly emotion and judgment by other people, by the society and stuff like that. What do you do? And just look at it, and then go, what can I make of it? What can I make of it? Now, what can I do? There you go. So now that's our goal here. Now let me just look here real quick here. Okay. So again, you got to think of yourself as sort of, you've got this machine, and you're like the kid that just got this car and is going to turn it into a hot rod to go out and show it off to the ladies, to get the dates, to do whatever they want to do. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to take yourself and say, well, okay, got this that works, this that works, this that works, this that works. This I need to add, this I need to sort of work on, tune up or whatever. This I needs a paint job, this needs to be, cut out and then replaced. Who knows what you're going to do. But when you're a person who can train yourself, and you can become the person you want to become. It's sort of, you want to think of yourself as a seed. If you look at a seed, what's inside that? Well, all it is DNA guiding things to be done so that it creates this whatever, tree, flower, or whatever it creates. You're the DNA, the responsible party that's going to guide yourself to become the person you need to become. And that's in your values and dreams and goals. Okay, so you want to get in touch with those. You want to, start out, and one of the things you want to say is, well, I've got to become the DNA, so you got to become a person who can train yourselves. So become a person who can train yourself. Start out with this simple project, get it working, see, and ask yourself, look in the mirror, what can I, after you attempted to do something, well, and you say, well, what can I do with that? Okay, and you do something else. What can I do with that? How can I make myself become what's the next step of developing myself to grow, to become that flower, that tree, whatever you're going to become. Okay, Pat Connor with Vicoding University, training humans to train themselves.